Counter-Strike has come a long way in a fairly short space of time. We're now at a point where players are earning a serious amount of money for winning tournaments, and as of this week we got to see the first major with $1 million prize fund. MLG Columbus giving $500,000 for the winning team. Could you imagine that sort of prize fund 5 or even 6 years ago? Eventually, the tournament was won by Luminosity, a Brazilian team. I know, right? Not Fnatic, what's going on? There were some amazing games, some upsets, and a fantastic crowd. Overall, it was highly entertaining, the commentators were amazing, and it was all very well put together. The viewership is also incredible and hitting some crazy numbers. This tournament at its peak was watched by over 1.5 million people. That is a crazy number for a first-person shooter. And that number, of course, is a combination of both Twitch viewers and people watching in-game on GOTV. It does have to be said that the overall number might be a bit misleading because many people were watching on multiple accounts trying to get those elusive souvenir drops, but regardless, with that sort of prize money up for grabs, it shows us just how far CSGO has come. And to put that into perspective, I'm going to go back in time a little bit and we're going to take a look down memory lane. I'm going to use one of the old Counter-Strike tournaments as a comparison here. Let's look at CPL Summer 2003 to be precise. This wasn't the final CPL, but it was one that I found that had a pretty high prize pool. It may not have had the highest ever for CS 1.6, but it's good enough for a comparison. For those of you who don't know what CPL was, it was one of the biggest tournaments when it came to old Counter-Strike. And when I say old Counter-Strike, I mean 1.6 and older. Held in Vegas, USA, it was a tournament that players really aspired to win. Tournaments back then did try to put on a show, but these days with websites like Twitch taking over and allowing tournaments to be broadcast, way more is being spent on the production quality and the actual viewer experience. So CPL Summer 2003, for Counter-Strike it had a total prize pool, so that's the total money for all of the prize places and participants of $200,000. The tournament finished with SK Gaming taking first place and a take home of $60,000 between them. Teams all the way to 16th place also got a share of the prize pool. Now scratch forward from this and we're 13 years in the future and we're at a point in the recent major tournament in the new CSGO which has a prize pool of $1 million. Not only that, but the winning team are taking home $500,000. That's over double what the entire prize pool used to be in CPL. Now, of course, we have to take into account inflation and that time moves on. I'm sure we wish it all didn't, but it does, and the value of money changes drastically. Nowadays, we've got Twitch, we've got YouTube, sponsors everywhere, we've got a lot of money behind some of these events, not to mention we've got Valve and the skin and case system that provides a lot of money there too. As well as that, $200,000 was actually a significant amount of money 13 years ago, especially for CS 1.6. Hell, it's a lot of money now of course, but 13 years ago, I doubt that the players and the people organising the events ever expected CSGO to start hitting $1 million tournaments. It's not just old CS tournaments we can use to compare though. This major is not only the first 1 million CSGO tournament, but its prize pool is also 4 times bigger than any other prize pool in any other major tournament that's come previously. Before this one, the prize pool was around $250,000. That's a prize pool, so the winners themselves took home $100,000 between the 5 of them. But this tournament, each Luminosity player earned that each. That's a bit of a change. Having said that, there has been other tournaments with a slightly higher top prize. The ESL Pro League finals gave a 200k top prize, but no matter how you look at it, it's a crazy amount of money. Also, just to balance this out and go off topic a little bit, in 2005, Jonathan Fatality Wendell won first place in a game called Painkiller at the CPL World Tour, and the top prize for him, $150,000 for one person. Big prize pools have been around for a long time, but some games are still catching up, especially when the pool has to be split between multiple players. But the funny thing is, if we take a look at other games, CSGO is actually pretty far behind the competition. If you think about games like Dota and LoL, but Dota specifically have had millions, and I mean millions, given away in prize money. It's just a regular thing for those guys. They win a major event and are practically all millionaires. It set a precedent as well, because Valve have stated that now all future CSGO majors will have their prize fund at 1 million, up from the previous 250k. And no sooner had the MLG Majors group stage got underway when another tournament was announced with a prize pool above 1 million. A Chinese company called Alibaba will host an international tournament with a whopping 1.5 million prize pool. No word just yet on what first place will be, but I still find it a little bit hard to comprehend talking about esports tournaments and millions of dollars in the same sentence. But now I guess that's just the world we live in, and it's pretty damn cool for the players, sponsors, and for the spectators. For CSGO, this is a major step forward, but let's not forget, in 2015, the Dota 2 International raised a prize pool of $18 million. That's right, 18 million. All of a sudden, and crazily, maybe that 1 million doesn't seem that much, but for CSGO, it's definitely progress, and it's fantastic to see. And that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little look and perspective into the CSGO esports world. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.